My organization was invited by Afreximbank. I work for the World Trade Center Miami as the director for Africa Trade Expansion Program. So we were invited to discuss market access as a barrier to export manufacturing issues and solutions in Africa. So I represented my organization on the panel on Wednesday, where we discussed some of the trade barriers and challenges facing African companies and their products, particularly in the U.S. market. The World Trade Center Miami is a member of the World Trade Centers Association, and we run programs where Africans are not really very visible. For example, my organization runs the America's Food and Beverage Show in Miami every year. This show has been running for more than 20 years, but Africans don't participate in events like that. There's poor visibility for our product because there's insufficient government support for small and medium companies. To embark on this trip, to go internationally to expose your product to the global marketplace, it's quite expensive. It's costly, so they will require enormous support from their host government, and that's one of the things we have clearly communicated to African governments, that they need to support their small and medium enterprises. Small companies are the engines of any economy. In the U.S., 97% of all exporting companies are small and medium sized companies. And if you want to penetrate any particular market, you have to be visible in that market. You have to take your products to that market. The platform that we have is a global marketplace where we run a trade show for food and beverage in the Americas. And the Americas cover North America, South America, and the Caribbean. And it also, expands the opportunity of entering into the U.S. market because it is hosted in Miami, Florida. Florida is the third largest state in the U.S. and with 20 million people resident there, and 97 million people visit Florida every year. So it's a huge market, and there's a huge opportunity for African products, particularly in the Caribbean because of the taste and the cultural similarities. So we need to get this information out. We need to tell people about what we are doing out there, and we need to participate in events, not just the America's Food and Beverage Show. There's so many other shows where they can showcase their product. The arts, the fashion, and the clothing textile market is very huge in the U.S. And we have AGOA, which is an African Growth and Opportunity Act, which allows us to bring some of our product into the U.S. market, duty free. But this opportunity has been, underutilized over the past 16 years. So we really need to encourage our people to do more of visibility. Government needs to support them to push out their product. If you are going to a market, you have to take your product there. Nobody is going to come look for your product in Africa. So you just have to get your product out. We actually just signed a memorandum of understanding to work with Afreximbank because we just also put a program together. It's a specialized export development program to help African countries to be able to go through bringing their product into the US market, starting from the lab, the manufacturing level, to market research and market intelligence, to helping them to navigate through all the regulatory barriers in the US, and also implementing by taking their product to market. And we have various platforms where we do that. We have the fashion platform online and Miami Fashion Week. We have the Art Miami platform. We have the America's Food and Beverage Show platform, because we are focusing on three key sectors: the agribusiness, arts and crafts, and fashion and clothing. So yes, we're looking for organizations in Africa that can help us to spread the word. And we have reached out to the Afreximbank, and we have a partnership arrangement with them now. It's a government-based program because we're using it to support their SMEs. So it's a program that provides technical and external partnership to African governments to be able to help them to fine-tune their product. The quality of the product we are taking into the US market is also very key. The US market is very sophisticated. So even though, yes, we have free access to that market, it doesn't mean that your product will be accepted if it is not of high quality. So these are some of the things that we are offering, and we want to use it to support and see that trade grows between US and Africa.